all thanks. So we give the Most High a next thanks for wisdom. But today we're going to look at, get me Acts 9. Let's start in the book of Acts, the 9th chapter. Sister Michaela, stand and read for me. Acts 9:36.
Acts chapter 9, verse 36. Now there was at Joppa a certain disciple named Tabitha.
Name what?
Tabitha. Which by interpretation is called Dorcas.
Dorcas. So you have a couple of Dorcas in Ghana, right? So this was, he said, who was, what was she? A disciple, meaning she was what? A student. Right? So sisters can be students too. But you see what he tells us your name was? And what the meaning of it was? So you see, that's why when you come here you get what? A new meaning. Right? Read on.
This woman was full of good works and alms deeds which she did.
So she was full of good works, meaning she was doing a lot of good things. And he tell you about what she did also? Alms deeds. So she did good work and she gave alms. What is alms? Rahash, what is alms?
Charity or donations.
Charity or?
Donations.
Because alms don't necessarily mean money. Alms mean money, but not all times according to the scripture it was finance. Read on.
Verse 37. And it came to pass in those days that she was sick and
She was
died.
what?
Sick and died.
Read on.
Whom when they had washed, they laid her in an upper chamber.
So you see, before they bury her, what they did with her? They wash her. And then they keep her in the upstairs of the house. Right? Read on.
And for as much as Lydda was nigh to Joppa, and the disciples had heard that Peter was there, they sent unto him 2 men, desiring him that he would not delay to come to them.
So the disciples, the student them know, they were like, Lydia is right up there in Louvre. And Peter was in Joppa, which is so-called Tel Aviv today. So they sent 2 men and they begged the elder. They went to the elder. And they said, elder, please come, don't tarry, come. Right? Read on.
Then Peter arose and went with them. When he was come, they brought him into the upper chamber.
Read.
And all the widows stood by him weeping.
And all the who?
The widows.
Read.
And showing the coats and garments which Dorcas made.
So they show, so you see what many good deeds Sister Dorcas was doing? She was making garments for the brothers and the sisters. So when Peter walked in and showed Peter all the good garments, they said, Peter, she made all these garments and these food. So you see, this woman, why would a story like this be about her in the Bible? Because she never think for herself. She think about when brothers and sisters coming through the door. Do they have a dress to put on? Do they have a shirt to wear? And he said her work was what? Many. And she was not a prophetess. She was not an elder wife. She was not a deacon wife. She was what? A student. Do you see that? Real?
While she was with them, but Peter put them all forth, and knelt down, and prayed, and turning him to the body said, Tabitha, arise. And she opened her eyes, and when she saw Peter, she sat up.
Real?
And he gave her his hand, and lifted her up.
Read on.
And when he had called the saints and widows, presented her alive.
Real?
And it was known throughout all Joppa, and many believed in the Lord.
Real?
And it came to pass that he tarried many days in Joppa with one Simon the tanner.
So that's the other story of that you met with Cornelius. So you see that for her deeds and the alms that she was doing, Peter could be able to do what with her? To bring her back from where? From the spiritual realm. Can? Right. Aisha, Sirach 17:21. Sirach 17:21, madam.
Sirach 17:21. But the Lord being gracious.
The who?
The Lord being gracious.
So the Most High being what?
Gracious.
Read on.
And knowing his workmanship, neither left nor forsook them.
So the Most High saying, no, everybody workmanship. The Most High never leave us, or the Most High never what?
Forsook them.
Read on.
But spared them.
But what?
Spared them.
But spared us. Because I know everybody what? Workmanship. So that's why the Bible says we are going to get paid for everything that we do on this planet Earth. Read verse 21 again.
Sirach chapter 17, verse 21. But the Lord being gracious.
The Most High is what?
Gracious.
Read on.
And knowing his workmanship, neither left nor forsook them, but spared them.
Read on.
The arms of a man is as a signet with him.
Look at this. The Most High say a brother or a sister that pay alms. By them paying alms, what that meant?
It's as a signet to them.
And what the word signet mean? Signet, look it up, quickly. Somebody Google that word, the meaning of signet, quickly. Read 22 again.
22. The arms of a man is as a signet with him.
Read.
And he will keep the good deeds of man.
So you see that? The Most High said when one pay alms, it's like a signet to him. The word signet means what? Agreement. A signature. So you and the Most High make that agreement. And what the Bible said the Most High will do?
And he will keep the good deeds of man.
Read.
As the apple of the eye.
Read on.
And give repentance to their sons and daughters.
So look at that. So the Most High said when you give alms, you pay your tithes and give the donation. The Most High said when you forgive the sins of who? Even your children. Because so you see what's the big benefit? The word that play here again, alms. And keep in mind, alms don't necessarily mean money only. It means your work and your well-being too. Just like Sister Dakas. She was doing her garment, she was giving her garments out, she was giving donation when she can. But the Most High remember that. And now the Most High tell you in Sirach that what?
The arms of a man is as a signet with him.
Real?
And he will keep the good deeds of
So
man.
whatever good deeds that man do, the Most High said, I'm going to keep it. Real?
As the apple of the eye.
As the what?
Apple of the eye.
Read on.
And give repentance to his sons and daughters.
So the Most High said, even for that deeds, he's going to give repentance to what? That man's children. Bible, Ecclesiastes 7:12. Ecclesiastes 7:12. Quick.
Ecclesiastes 12:7.
7:12, madam. Ecclesiastes 7:12.
Ecclesiastes 7:12.
Read.
For wisdom is a defense.
What the Bible said is a defense.
Wisdom is a
So you
defense.
see why the prophet went have to teach you knowledge, wisdom, and understanding? Because when you have wisdom and knowledge of a thing, it becomes what to you? A defense. And believe it, a lot of black people don't have that defense. Because a lot of us don't have what? Wisdom. Do you understand? Not everybody have wisdom. Not everybody have what? Understanding. Would you agree? Alright? Read from the top again, Maya.
For wisdom is a defense,
Mhm.
and money is a defense.
What the Bible said money is?
Defense.
What the Bible said money is.
Money is a defense.
So you see that? So that's why when we building a nation from ground up, or we building any organization, we need everything. We need all the arms deeds, whether it be finance, Workmanship, whether it be some material, whose fault is that? Right? Whether it be some workmanship, or rather, whatever one can do, it all becomes to what? As what? A defense. We need flyers to go to do the flying mission. We need resources for it. So you see where everything come in part? You understand me? Read that from the top again for me. It's just like our sister Maya know she should have her phone on and the phone was on. That's why the Bible said what? Read what you have.
Ecclesiastes 7 verse 12. For wisdom is a defense.
What the Bible said wisdom is?
A defense.
Because you can talk your way out of any problem, right? When you have wisdom of God. But when you have foolish wisdom now, and you come up to the man of God, guess what you will not do? You will not escape. I shall understand. The Bible said wisdom is a defense. My teacher, sister, how are you doing? What's the name of a female arse? Yes, the female arse. What they call it? That man gave me a book when the junior English advisor was looking over a female arse. What's the name? Show us the wisdom you have. You don't know. Ask who you think no. Female arse. Sister Maya, female arse. Don't stamp your feet. You will not get nothing by stamping your feet. Look in the sky. You know, I tried that for years and it never worked. Help Mayan. Ask for help. The female arse. What's the name? Awar. That's wisdom. The Bible says wisdom is a defense. So you must have so many wisdom that when elder come and ask you something, you just answer and you just sit. Remember Nagash came here 1 week and I can't see Nagash since? Because Sister Zaya destroying it. Female arts. Give Deacon a war round of applause. That's the name of a female art. Mir. Female arts named Mir. So you see how great wisdom is? As soon as I ask a question, Deacon and warrior start to laugh. Because that's just simple. That's so wisdom and knowledge is. So have a seat. Yahweh have more of that throughout the day. Read that again from your sister Maya. Because you see these things, you're supposed to know. Because some of you soon go off in motherhood, some of you soon go off in what? Fatherhood. Read what you have for me, ma'am.
Ecclesiastes 7 verse 12.
Read.
For wisdom is a defense.
What the Bible said?
Wisdom is a defense.
So what is a female arse?
Yeah.
Read on.
And money is a defense.
And money is a defense also. So for me, to get the flyers for the camp, what do we need for it? We need contribution. Read.
But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it.
So you see that? So when you have wisdom, your life will more pearl on. Just like how you have wisdom, you know you should not be eating nothing unclean. Do you understand that? Just like how you have wisdom, you know you do all the right thing that there is to be what? To do. Okay, understand? The male arse. What's the name of the male arse? Don't say donkey. I'm going to put a pad on you and have you running around in school. Male arse. I go female first, now I'm going male. What's the name of the male arse? Shh. Male arse. Who you think now? Who? Lincoln Award. Male arse name is Stallion. Right? That's the meaning of a male arse. Guess what happened? Nobody can call Lincoln Award again. Right? So get a apocrypha. Sirach. Go back to Sirach. Sirach 29:20. 29:20.
Sirach chapter 29, verse 20.
Read.
Help thy neighbor according to thy power.
So you hear what God said? So this now gone into the next perspective of what? Alms. So read verse 20 again.
Sirach chapter 29, verse 20.
Read on.
Help thy neighbor according to thy power.
So the Bible said, you help your neighbor according to what?
Power.
Meaning, what can you help your neighbor with? Can you give your neighbor a shirt? Can you give your neighbor a plate of food? What if it's money? Can you give your neighbor money? So the Bible says you help your neighbor according to your power. But some of you don't want to see. But some of you don't want to help each other. You know why? Because you have a Christian mentality. You don't know who your neighbor is. Do you know who your neighbor is? Do you know how far your neighbor stretched forth? Do you know slave ship came and take some of your neighbor away? But no, because your political leaders never teach you that. What they teach you that is what? You Ghanaian and the Togolese wicked. And Boko Haram in Nigeria wicked. And guess what happened? You cannot tell me a country that Boko Haram never took and overthrown. But the white man in Jerusalem is God's chosen people. And we're going to stand with the white man in Israel because why? They God's chosen people. Although the white man in Israel do 2 gay march, I don't believe in homosexuality. Ghana don't believe in homosexuality, right? They're against it. But the Jews believe in homosexuality and they God's chosen people. So we have to stand with them. So do you see the hypocrisy behind the whole thing? Read verse 29 again, madam.
Ecclesiasticus 29, verse 20.
Read.
Help thy neighbor according to thy power.
Read on.
And be aware that thou thyself fall not into the same.
So meaning, example, if you see a neighbor going through problem, you assist him. But what if your neighbor is a gambler? You don't gamble to end up like him. So you don't sit now and wait for one to fall, and then when one falls, you rejoice over it. Because that's the problem in Africa. I don't see the upliftment of one another here. I don't see, it's not here. I don't see nobody will help anybody unless they're getting something from it. But no, the Bible said what we do when we see our brother or sister fall, we assist them. Right? Then we talk about how did they fall, that we don't make that same mistake again. But somebody know what they'll do, they'll buck their feet. And they buck their feet, they don't move the brick, what they hit their feet on. They said, okay, I hope we can come and buck his feet. What an evil, wicked mentality. That's the mentality here. And you don't know. Do you know that Ghana is one of the most hated African countries? Most hated African country. Y'all don't know that, right? By the rest of African countries and the rest of black liberals in the entire earth. You don't know that. The world. Who the first black country to overthrow leader? We can stand. Let me quiz you. You know, because you was around 66, right? As kind to someone. President Mugabe. What country was he president of? Zimbabwe. He was the president of Zimbabwe. What year did Zimbabwe get independence? Everybody, 1980. Let me remind you, 1980. But when he get independence for the country, Bob Marley went here to perform. That song is the national anthem in Zimbabwe. Do you know? But this is the part where I miss a lot of you know. Did you know he teach in Takrady?
Yes.
What year? He was a teacher in Takrady.
Yeah.
President Mugabe in Zimbabwe.
His wife.
His wife is Ghanaian. I don't even reach there yet.
He's from Takrady.
I said he was a teacher at the university in Takrady. Yes. And when he came back, he came because that time Ghana was the talk of the town, the first black country to be free. So when he came here, it was all about revolutionary. So the other black leaders was coming here to learn. When he went back to Zimbabwe, he started his wife, Sheila, is a Ghanaian woman, was a school teacher too. They work at the same university. So he leave here and went back to Zimbabwe with his wife, because his wife family was in politics for who? No, for Nkrumah. Oh, I don't know if it was CCP. Right? So the problem is, he went back to Zimbabwe now with his wife, and they start to fight the revolution in Zimbabwe. Same time, they overthrew and killed Nkrumah. Ghana turned their back on him. He was in prison in Zimbabwe for 10 years. Ghana turned him back on him. They sent the wife to prison for 4 years and then shipped her to Mozambique. And the wife went to England and fight for the freedom of her husband. And when the husband became free, the husband win presidency, the wife was head of state. Right? She was the fourth wife he had. But she was the only wife in given office. And the wife, and when, guess what the first African country to stop the Egypt? When he kicked the British out of his country, guess who's the first African country to cut all ties with him? Then they all talk like your hand is clean. We all go on like you're perfect and your hand is clean. These are steps that your fathers make. The wife died in 1992. And the entire Zimbabwe was mad because Ghana never sent one delegate to the funeral. So because they're not teaching you your history, you don't know. But this place, these people in this place is not good. And that's why I always tell them, when I go to the YAHAWAH event, they always have to come back and ask me questions. Because the entire world knew. Or you overthrew a leader that was in Guinea, trying to free Guinea. And when you tell him he cannot come back because he was overthrown. This place is not, and you see, the problem is if I die here, my blood will shed for a worthy cause. Because we know the truth. So it's just to investigate, how can these people, how are they? How are they? Because many black leaders come school in Ghana. Because at that time, if they're learning anything about politics, they could not do it in their country. Because England never want to teach them our French about politics. So they would come here and learn. When they go back, Ghana turn them back. This country. Just like what he did to our ancestors. So think again. So you all don't know what we know. So when we see the betrayal and everything, it's not with you. It's deeper than that. But President Mugabe, he live here. They say he have a son here until this day. As I say, he have 4 wives. So when he here, they say he have a child here in Takrady until this day. Can the child come out and say Mugabe is his father? Or you Ghanaian with cup pants and point finger and different things? Tell me. So the entire earth know the history, people. Not because you all don't know. We knew. Because Mugabe leave a biography. And what he mentioned about this country in the biography and Africa, you will never want to know. And when his dear wife that he met here, past 92, And not one delegate went. And the wife buried in Zimbabwe, where all the heroes, national heroes in Zimbabwe buried. Guess who don't bury there? Mugabe don't bury there. Because the people overthrow him. But the wife, a Ghanaian woman, a Fanti, buried in the National Heroes Park in Zimbabwe. And not one delegate from Ghana went or said condolence. So what you going to tell us about the world history? The world knows the secret. That's why they contented with you how they do. They're contented with you how they do. So read what you have for me, man. So that's why I said be careful of your neighbors. And you don't know where you have neighbors. So that's why for me, I treat all black people the same way I treat everybody. Because our neighbors, or a hand for our neighbors, is far and is stretched forth. But you all, I only can, that's why the Bible said elect. Some of you will make the same mistake your forefathers made. But few will not make that same mistake. But I only can talk what I see, and only can talk what I know. But we're not very smart people. We're not compassionate. We don't know who our neighbor is. So read 29 again for me now.
Ecclesiasticus 29 verse 20. Help thy neighbor according to thy power.
Read.
And be aware that thou thyself fall not into the same.
Read.
The chief things for life is water.
Read.
And bread.
Read.
And clothing.
Read.
And an house to cover shame.
So what is the chief thing in life? It's not a cell phone. It's not data. It's not nice handbag pocketbook. So you see, the chief thing that you desire is what Satan desired. But the chief thing to the Most High, what's the Most High said the chief thing in life?
Bread, water, bread, clothing, house, cover shame.
Look at that. So you see how I put her on a diet immediately. The Most High says water and bread, and that's the water and bread. The ones for coconut water and juice. Do you see what God tells us? This is wisdom. But when you get out of this now, guess when you get out of this, what you're trying to do? I was having a conversation with Deacon a couple of days ago. And I'm letting him know, as Africans, how foolish we are. And I think I have the same conversation with you to a while. Because in America, there's no walls. America don't want this garbage. It's poisonous. When you lie down in this hot sun and inhale this cement, it's poisonous. When you lie in this hot sun and you inhale the POP has something named silicone. If you look it up, they even tell you when they put up the POP, don't go in that house for 3, 5, 6 months. That the silicone is what? Poison. The liquor file can go up in the nose and it can destroy you. It can stop women from giving birth, all that. But guess what you're doing? You're sending all your trees. Where they're cutting the trees, where do you send them? You send your wood to China, to Europe, to the America. Because these countries don't have walls. No matter you see a house in America, look, what you see outside is not what's inside. Even the foundation is good. They spray and they make changes throughout the years. But all what you see, I never live in a concrete house in America. It's all wood. If somebody live upstairs here, most places, every move they make you hear. People choke you with boom for you to stop your eyes up there. Am I lying? But you are, look what you stuck with. Who you get this from? Who you from? And all your trees and everything here, where do you sending it to? To somebody that might outlive you? To some nation that is smarter than you? By every aspect. Even the White House. Have you seen one brick at the White House? Where Joe Biden live? It's all good. Take a picture, look at it. It's built from wood. Remember, the British did burn it down already. And they build it back from wood, from scratch. So we are not all that smart. Because we forget what the chief things of life. Because what wood do? This all what we breathe now is carbohydrate. It go in the environment. The trees take it, and the trees make it into what? Oxygen, where you can breathe. But you cutting down your trees, so your oxygen level going short, and we are locked up in this place. Somebody will fart, somebody will sneeze, right? So everything is trapped. The only thing you do, you inhale it again. But yet you're smart. Ghana is doing the best in Africa. Ghana is not like Cote d'Ivoire or Nigeria. None of us will ever admit our problems or what our problem is. What sense is that? You're better in a hut. You're better outside and of the mud houses. It's better than all your big house that you want to get. They're going to outlive you, they're going to live longer than you. I remember Emmanuel came and told me, said, Israel, you see those people that used to live in the village here? If they make fufu for you, this is the sweetest fufu you've ever eaten in your life. And I remember I even said to my hand, and I asked Emmanuel, I said, so what they do that different that the people in the town cannot do? Emmanuel said, man, I don't know. But if they offer you, just take it and try. And those people you despise, you look at them. But you all know they cook better than you. You know you're going to those villages, those isolated places. The food that they have way more taste than the one that you know. You know that for a fact. Am I lying? And they separate and they preserve. Done? Read what you have, madam.
Ecclesiastes 29, verse 21. Chief things for life is water, and bread, and clothing,
Read.
and an house to cover shame.
So you see that those are the chief things in life. Water, bread, and a roof over your head. That's the chief thing in life. So where does it say happiness? Where does it say I have to be happy? Where does it say I should not have hardship? Because the chief thing in life now for this world is a cell phone, is data and money to buy credit just to put on the cell phone. Do you understand? But with God, he said is what? Water, bread, and roof. Read.
Better is the life of a poor man in a means cottage than delicate fare in another man's house.
Look at this. The Bible said, better it is for what? A poor man in a meaning a house that only have one door and maybe don't have a window, than to be where? In somebody else's house. And that's why I always ask the question. When Jethro gave Moses his daughter, what did Jethro see? That none of you here will ever see. Let us ask ourselves that question. What eyes are we looking through? It's a cat of baby up there. Read on.
Be it little or much, hold thee content, that thou hear not the reproach of thy house.
Read.
For it is a miserable life to go from house to house.
So you see that? And this is even the truth too. The most I say, your life will be miserable to jump from one congregation. Look at me, from 97 until now. one congregation. You understand me? So even though the Most High said it's a miserable life to jump from where? Because you have no abiding city. You become what? That's what he said. When I read Acts 13, didn't he tell Paul meet the vagabond Jews? Vagabond just means unstable. And they jump from doctrine to what? Doctrine. This week Mary is a virgin, next week Mary is not a virgin. This week his name is YAHAWAH, next week is Jesus. The other week is Yahushua, the other week is that. Even Paul tell a man to be what? Double-minded is sin. Did Paul tell her that? So now the Bible says you jumping from house to house. Guess what you become? And who you become that to? The Most High. Do you understand? A man jump from woman to woman, he have all those spirits from animal. A woman that jump from man to man, likewise. Their life going to be miserable until they repent, confess, and change. Read on.
For where thou art a stranger, thou dare not open thy mouth.
Because so when you go somewhere, the first thing you're going to do is act nice, right? You're going to be quiet like you're not this, you're not that person. But we all know, the most I know, your life is miserable. Because you leave here now, wherever you go, you're going to act different. Just like you leave somebody else, you go to the next person's house and start to tell them everything that YAHAWAH doing in his house. Then when you leave that person's house, you go back to Sister Maya and you tell them everything that person did in his house. Miserable life. Do you understand me? Read.
25. Thou shalt entertain and feast and have no thanks. Moreover, thou shalt hear bitter words.
Read.
Come thou, stranger, and furnish a table, and feed me of that thou hast ready.
Read.
Give place, thou stranger, to an honorable man. My brother cometh to be lodged.
So you see that. So you always give space for somebody that is what? Honorable. Not the unhonorable. Right? Read on.
And I have need of mine house.
Read.
These things are grievous to a man of understanding.
Read.
The upbraiding of house rule,
Read.
and reproaching of the lender.
So what that mean? Read 28 again and think.
These things are grievous to a man of understanding.
So the fool will not be upset for stuff like this. But a man with understanding, what will happen?
Yes.
Read what is grievous.
The upbraiding of the house rule.
And what is that? This is vexation to a man with understanding. YAHAWAH. Hmm? No, somebody in your house. How can you upgrade it? No, they do something that you don't agree. Huh?
Painful sensitive.
Yes, because you remember, just imagine Deacon, you, 60s, 85, you bring a woman in your mother's house, and your father come and catch her. Because you have a story, right? Right, man? He came to your house and wanted to break your rules, right? And what happened?
I don't know what happened.
You see that, right?
Done.
Simple.
Done.
The Bible says somebody with understanding, it will piss them off.
True.
Because back in Jamaica, you dare not bring no spouse to your parents' house. If you bring them, everybody sitting in the veranda, and you go into your house, and you go into your bed. So it was an incident where I went to look for my aunt. And I wire off to sleep over. And the stepfather said, my aunt go sleep with your mother. Our bruh. Right? So the Bible said if he would allow you to do anything else and then you roam there fishing around, he would be wake up mad in the morning, you know why he's so upset. Because everything is in the Bible. Can? It's simple. Even if my daughter married, she still can do it. She can. I put the husband outside with taser, and my daughter sleep in the room, or he sleep in the car. My grandmother met my cousin who's not on it. Their boyfriend came here from Kingston. The man have to sleep in the car. Can't come in the house. My grandmother will never allow that. So the Bible says, a man of wisdom, these things are what to him? Vexation. But so now, read verse 20 again. Now verse 20 is the key.
Help thy neighbor.
Help who?
Thy neighbor.
So we have to help our neighbor, either the physical side or the spiritual side. Do you see that? So if you want to help your neighbor bring you into his house. When you go in his fridge, you don't put the whole jug in their mouth. You see his food, you don't put your hand in their food. You're helping your neighbor, right? So you see your neighbor food there, you took a fart. So do you understand how you help your neighbor? And by right, I'm supposed to invite you in. Because if I don't help you as my neighbor, who the hell going to help you? Am I going to wait for somebody from China to come and help you? Am I going to wait for the white man to come and help you? I'm supposed to help my neighbor. But when I help my neighbor needs to help me too. So just imagine we all live a life like this. How would it be? What would happen? Because Christ said when we do his will, people can look at you and say, those are the disciples of Christ. But what they call us now? That's it. Have a seat. Zamar, Acts 4:32. Speak up.
Acts chapter 4, verse 32.
Real?
And the multitude of them that believed were of one heart and of one food.
So you see that? So if you believe in the Most High, we all have to be what?
Of one heart and one soul.
So if we're not one, what the purpose? And if you sit here and don't believe what I'm saying, what hinder you? For not prove what I'm saying is wrong, where we all can come and be one heart and one soul. Look at that. Read 32 from the top again, madam.
Acts chapter 4, verse 32. And the multitude of them that believed were of one heart and of one
So
soul.
why can't we be one heart and one soul? What hinder us? Who demons is on for not letting us be one? Read?
Neither said any of them that aught of the things which he possessed was his own.
Look at that. So nobody said, it's my marker. Nobody said it's my house. Nobody said it's my car. Do you see that? When they come together, nobody said, I own this land, you don't own nothing. I own this house, you don't own nothing. No one said that. Read on.
But they had all things common.
They had all things what?
Common.
Meaning they shared everything together. So if one person have a land, the church have a land. And how could we get the ministry down if they never set a foundation for it to continue? But when you all die, what foundation have you left for the ministry to continue? Ask yourself that. When you die, your mission dead with you. Because that's why the Bible said what? The grandparents take care of who? Because the grandparents have common sense to know they might come back through those grandchildren. That's the third and fourth generation, isn't it? When they die, your great-grandman bring your ass back. So you're going to protect them. That means when they come back, you're in some level of security, right? So you protect the truth. That's when you come back, the truth is still there for you to finish and continue your work, right? John the Baptist, Elijah was in the wilderness running from Jezebel, right? He came back, where was he preaching? In the wilderness, right? But you don't worry about stuff like that. You worry about this. All that can catch a fire today. What are you going to do? Some of you running down money, you get $1 million today and YAHAWAH come tonight. What are you going to do? Read.
And with great power gave the apostles witness of the resurrection of the Lord YAHAWAH, and great grace was upon them.
So you see that? And with great power, the apostles, meaning teachers, right, have witnessed to resurrect YAHAWAH. And what is that talking about? Because they have resources for us to get the word here. Look at all those traveling that they were doing then. Look at even the traveling that we're doing now. To what? To bring the word to who? Your neighbor. To do good to your neighbor. How much of our brothers and sisters is still lost in Africa? That we have to go there and bring this word to them too. Isn't Matthew 28 tell them? This truth must be preached in all nations. So what's your purpose? What have you tried for you to reach that far? We video the classes and we have to buy data for this. Have anybody ever buy data? All that have to come out of pocket. We're traveling, we go teach, we go study, everything has to come out of what? Pocket. So when we tell one to give alms, it's not, we break. How much have you ever come here and say you're hungry and we send you home, you don't have something to eat? Mayan, put your hand up. No, I thought you was raising your hand. Yeah, no more cowboy for you. Right? If you come and you say, listen, elder, we stay like this, you know you're going to get something to go in. But you have some will take from the congregation and don't put nothing back in the congregation. How are we going to survive as a nation? Because some of you want to a Christian ministry. And you think you're important with God and you want to do this with God. So you want to preach, people give you their money. And when they give you their money, you be like the pastors. Do you know the Most High going to kill you? All these pastors, do you know they're going to burn? Every last one of them. Read on.
Neither was there any among them that lacked.
Look at this. Amongst the disciples and the apostles, there was nobody among them that what? Wanted nothing. If it's an incident, the church send the children to the school. The children come back, they give to the church. That's on your continuation. Everybody come together, no one lack. Right? Read.
For as many as were possessors of lands or houses sold them,
Read.
and brought the prices of the things that were sold.
So you see that? So it don't mean you have one house and you go sell one house. It don't mean that. So don't get it twisted. You understand me? That's why they read in Ecclesiastes, you say what? You help your neighbor. So if a person have two houses, he keep his house and he sell the next one, and everybody combine, and when they come with all that resources, what they did with it? Read on.
And lay them down at the apostles' feet.
They did what?
And lay them down at the apostles' feet.
So when everybody bring their stuff, they come and they lay down at whose feet?
The apostles'
The elders' feet. So that's how nobody could lack nothing. So if you have a husband and a wife alone, they might get 10 CDs. If you got a man with 5, 6 children, they might get 20 CDs. Based upon their family, they will get more. But this is how the church foundation is. And for these foundations that they set up here, the truth could spread and preserve for us to get it today. So what's our foundation? They came and they put everything at whose feet, the apostles' feet. Shamar sleeping? Shamar, get up and stand. She's sleeping? Why? You sick again?
No.
Stand for me, man. Read on.
And distribution was made.
Read 35 again.
Verse 35.
Mm-hmm.
And lay them down at the apostles' feet.
Read on.
And distribution was made unto every man according as he had.
So you see that? So now you don't have nobody said I'm rich, nobody said I'm poor. And the only place that do that today is where, man? Yes, where they balance, where they distribute stuff to everybody, every month. In the Mona, Israel. In the Mona, Israel, that's how they do it. Every Friday they distribute. If you have money, you pay for this stuff. If you don't have money, you get it still. So you have black people doing that today. And they've been doing it for more than 50 years. So they put everything what they have. They sell their houses, they sell their land, they sell their car. They come, they put everything down, and then they distribute it amongst everybody. So you don't have some have and some don't. That's how you love your neighbor. That's how you do good to your neighbor. Just like YAHAWAH tell a rich man to do what? Sell what he have. But when he sell what he have, what should he do with it when he sell it? Give it to who? And do what? How far are we from this? Do we even ready? Or you're just wasting your time coming every Saturday? Because what's your charity? You eat, do you care if your neighbor eat? No, we don't care. We don't have that care. We don't. And that's why I say maybe it's Ghana. Because I don't see much helping each other. I don't see much pushing each other. I don't see much uplifting each other. But to tear down something, it's easy. Read.
Verse 36. And Joseph, who by the apostles was sending Barnabas, which is being interpreted the son of consolation, a Levite, and of the country of Cyprus.
Of where?
Cyprus.
Read on.
Having land.
Having what?
Having land.
Read.
Sold it and brought the money and laid it at the apostles' feet.
Look at this. First thing, when you look at the apostles, the teachers, you'll talk bad about them, you'll slander them, you'll say this, you'll say that. And you all remember Barnabas, right? He visited YAHAWAH by night. Because Barnabas was what? A Pharisees. And you see, he didn't even born in Israel. But he was a leader in Israel, wasn't he? And born in Cyprus. Cyprus is off Greece. Cyprus is an island off Greece. Greece used to own it then. And he had land in Cyprus. And when he sold his land, what did he do with it? He came and he put it there and he said, for the ministry. Because remember, Barnabas was one that was almost to be what the 12 disciples. Remember the election was between him and Matthias? And he lose. But when he lose, did he hold bitterness? How much of you here would go around and say, Elder don't like me, Elder don't this, Elder don't that? That's why I'm happy I'm not from here, because we have no connection. Because when I do things, I'm not going by my house and think about it. This is just like YAHAWAH. Which disciple you choose to be a leader? Who? Who? Peter. Peter was the head. Which one YAHAWAH love? He loved John. So because he loved John, should John be the head? Which one of the disciples people never like? And YAHAWAH loved them, right? So do you see? When I do anything, it's not with emotion, because I don't give a damn about feelings and opinion. I don't. Because none of you know what it takes to build a nation. You see how they build Christianity, but what we're doing is totally different. So even Barnabas, he wasn't in Jerusalem, but he had land outside Jerusalem. And what did he do with his land? And what did he do with the resources? Did he take it for himself? I'm doing my own traveling. I'm going to own my own school somewhere. I'm doing my own thing. So I laugh when I hear people say they want to leave, they're not coming back. They don't have no desire to be. I laugh when I hear that. Because a great nation is being built and a great nation is being raised up. And one thing the most I say in Joel 2:15, gather your elders. Now as elders, we all wasn't going to be one place. So the most I tell Joel, go around and gather all the elders and tell them to come to Zion. So you see when people left, people try to let people do, I'm just disappointed. But the mission continues. One from a city, and where the most I gonna bring us? I've been there more than 20 times. Have a seat. Zawan, get me Matthew 6 verse 1.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 1. Take heed that you do not your arms before man.
Look at this now. Are we dealing with arms, right? So the Most High said we all should give alms. But know what YAHAWAH say you're not supposed to do. So when you contribute, you don't contribute for what? To say, I did this. Look what I did. So read that from the top again.
Take heed that you do not your arms before man.
Read on.
To be seen of them.
To be what?
Seen of them.
Because everybody wants to be seen. So you give something to the church, you don't come and it's a whole spectacle. I'm giving the church 100 CDs. Right? Read on.
Otherwise, you have no reward of your Father which is in heaven.
So whatever you give, you will not be blessed for it. Just imagine that. You coming to do something that you're supposed to do. And when you do that now, the Most High said, you have no what with him? No reward from it. So what the purpose of it? Just like you go to Christian church. How much money y'all give the pastors in the churches? Deacon. Christianity, how much money you give those pastors?
When you go, you do something like
Kofi Annan.
Yeah, Kofi.
What is that?
Kofi and Amma,
Yeah.
Monday and Friday.
It's a strategy to collect money from the members.
Let me hear it. So you give money every Monday?
No. For instance, I'm a Monday born, and then Mr. Man is a Tuesday born. Then he said, I'm doing some competition. So all the Monday tomorrow will come and then give their offering, and then Wednesday, then they look for the champions. Yes.
Every first Sunday of the month.
When the boys full, they will take.
Nowadays, some churches, they are doing it every Sunday.
So let me ask you something. So, as from next week, man, I will set it up. Scorpion pay this week. Iris pay next week. For the camera, I'm joking. We're not being missed. So you see that? So read verse 6 1 again.
Take heed that you do not your arms before man.
Read on.
To be seen of them.
Read.
Otherwise, you have no reward of your Father which
So
is in
all that
heaven.
money that you spend in Christian church, Raj, no reward for it. You know what the Most High said? It was a damn fool. Just imagine they do something like that in Jamaica. The people who go to church to the ground. We not that on Tuesday. Most High say, you do something like that, reward him. Read?
Therefore, when thou dost thy alms, do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues in the streets, that they may have glory of man.
Read?
Verily, I say unto you, they have their reward.
And this is your reward. And you will come and give tithes and you blow a trumpet. You have the camera team, you have it's a live Facebook event. The Most High said, no, you don't do stuff like what? Like that. Do you understand? Read?
But when thou dost alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand does,
Read?
that thy alms may be in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret himself shall reward thee openly.
So you see that? So whatever alms you do, it should be where? In secret. And your Father, that is what? Will bless you secretly. Rahash, get me Luke 21 verse 1. Luke 21 verse 1, sir.
Luke 21 verse 1. And he looked up and saw the rich men casting their gifts into the treasury.
So you see this. So this is YAHAWAH. He looked up and he saw all the rich men. They thought they were giving their what?
The gift into the treasury.
They were giving their donation into what?
The treasury.
Into the tithe box. Right? Read on.
And he saw also a certain poor widow.
A certain who?
A certain poor widow.
So YAHAWAH see a certain poor widow. And what the widow was doing?
Casting in didas 2 mites.
He's casting in 2 pesos. The poor widow casting what? 2 pesos. Right? Read on.
And he said, of a truth I say unto you, that this poor widow had cast in more than they all.
So you know what YAHAWAH said? So this is for some of you who said, I will not contribute. I don't have 20 CDs. I don't have 20 pounds. I don't have $20. I have 5. I have 2. So I guess what I will not do? I will not contribute no talk. I don't have enough. I'm going to just watch a program go on, and whosoever do, so be it. But I'm just going to come every week. I'm going to eat, I'm going to drink, I'm going to sleep, but I will not contribute. So read verse 2 again.
Verse 2, and he said, of a truth I say unto you, that this poor widow had cast in more than they all.
See that? And how much did this poor widow cast in? Read.
For all these have of their abundance.
So everybody have what?
Of their abundance.
So one have 10,000, you give 100. You know 100 don't do nothing to your 10,000. Read.
For all these have of their abundance cast unto the offerings of God, but she of her penury had cast in all the living that she had.
So you see that? And it was 2 pesos. Right? And by that, the Most High did what? Bless whatever she gave more than what the rich man gave. Because, not because she was poor. YAHAWAH never tell her to do what? Not to contribute. But everybody have to pay tithes. Everybody have to give alms. But the problem is some of you, if you have 5 CDs, you say, I'm not giving, you only have 5. No, still give it. That's what the Most High went bless. You understand me? The Most High say, I'm going to bless you secretly, and this is what I'm going to do openly. Right? Get me Agai, my hand. Look up Agai 1:3. Where's Zamar? Where's Aisha? Look up Agai 1:3.
Then came the word of the Most High by Haggai the prophet,
Read.
saying, saying, it is time for you, O he, to dwell in the seventh house.
Seal.
In the sealed house, and this house lie waste.
So that's what the Most High asks. Is it time for you to be comfortable and you'll be okay? And what's going on with the Most High house? Because the people today is the Most High house. That's the temple that they want to see built up in Jerusalem, the people. So when you contribute, everything's supposed to go towards what? The people. But when you turn your back on the Most High people, what you think will happen to you? Read on.
Verse 4. It is time for you, O ye, to dwell in the sealed house and the house lay waste. Now therefore, thou said the Lord of hosts, consider your ways.
Do what? So that's what every man have to do. Because we have to know what we neglect, what we turn our back on, and what are we doing in our lives. Because if you're paying tithes and not keeping the commandments, stop wasting time. If you're keeping the commandments and you're not contributing towards it, what sense it makes? When we was in the wilderness, the Most High said, build me a tabernacle. When Moses asked him, where should we get stuff to build a tabernacle? What the Most High said, go to the people, they have it. All of a sudden, people start taking off their gold chain, their ear ring, their nose ring, they start to come from everywhere with gold, right? And they build a tabernacle for the Most High. But today, if the Most High requires a tabernacle, how much people have anything to contribute towards the Most High program? And the question is, can you not contribute towards the Most High program? Everybody have to. So that's why I know the Most High said, we all have to look into ourselves and we all have to consider our ways. Read on.
He has so much and bring you little.
Why?
He eats that he have not enough.
Stop the shaking.
He drink but you are not filled with drink.
So the Most High said, we work, we still don't bring in enough. We eat, there's no nutrition. You drink, you're still not full. Your body's still dehydrated. Read on.
Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he does earn wages to put it into a bag with holes.
So you see that? So the Most High said, when you work, wherever you want to put that money is, you want to put it, is it all full enough? Everything okay?
Yes.
The Most High said, when you earn wages, you're going to put it in a bag with what? Read on.
That said the Lord of hosts, consider your ways.
Consider your ways. Because a lot of people is selfish. You only think for yourself. You don't think to help your neighbor. You don't think to help the ministry. You only do things for your what? For yourself. I share, get my Luke 10. Verse 1.
Luke 10, verse 1. After these things, the Lord appointed other 70 also.
He appointed what?
Other 70 also.
Read on.
And sent them two and two before his face.
So you see that? For this ministry, you don't need 3 or 4 people. This is the only place I come and I see black people act like they're important for the mission and the work of God. No, you're not. The YAHAWAH said when you pray to the Father for him to send more people to come. Because the harvest is what? So even in his time, YAHAWAH said the laborers were few. To get people to do this job in the time of Christ, he said they were what, man? Few. Read on.
Into every city and place, whither he himself would come.
So you see that? So YAHAWAH get 2 to 1, he send them into where? Every city. and every place. Have we been to every city in Cape Coast? So we're wasting time. America, 50 states. I've been to more than 30. Jamaica, 15 regions. I've been to 14 regions, right? I've been to all 14 of them. One, only been once. Everywhere else, I've been more than 3 times. Only been to Portland once. So the disciples then, they were going home to teach in every city. So that's why we have our fly mission. We two-person go give the flyers, tell the people the good news. Whether they hear or whether they forget. Scripture man put this in Matthew 6, seek ye first kingdom of God. That's the only thing that should matter. Not your job, not your school, anything you have. That won't stop you from doing the ministry of God. Do you think God will bless it? Just imagine you work in the Sabbath, paying your tithes. Will you ever be blessed? Will God understand? Will not understand. So that's why the Bible said, 6:33, seek ye first the kingdom of YAHAWAH, and all the laws, statutes, and commandments that come with it, and you'll see how your life will change. Read on.
Therefore said he unto them, the harvest truly is great, but the laborers are few.
So if Christ could say this, he was the one, he feed 5,000 people one time. We have not achieved that yet. And out of the 5,000 people that YAHAWAH fed, he could not get 200 people to come and do this work. Out of 5,000 people. He could not get 200 people to have 100-man camp. So what YAHAWAH said, the harvest is truly plenty, but the man to do this work, it will never be like that. Because it's not Christianity, it's a nation building. Read.
Pray ye therefore.
So what YAHAWAH said?
Pray ye therefore.
Read on.
The Lord of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers into his harvest.
So you see that? You have to pray for the Most High to send laborers, people to help us push this nation. People to help us build this nation. We have to pray for it. Right? Read on.
Go your ways. Behold, I send you forth as lambs among wolves.
And this is what you have to understand. Everybody will not accept what you're saying. Everybody will not acknowledge what you're saying. And you going out there, use the sheep. You the one going out there to disturb people. And whosoever you go to is a what? A wolf. And what wolf do with sheep? Tear their ass up. So that's the environment you're going to go into. Some people might be rude. Some people might be disrespectful. But just remember, use the sheep. What's the purpose of going out there for? You're going to tell people no, not to celebrate Christmas. When you did love Christmas. You might tell people no, Mary was not a virgin. When that's all you believe in your life, Virgin Mary. Eh? Oh, you believe something like that? Can any one of your son or brother come home and tell that girl pregnant for him and his angel do it? You would not accept that.
No.
But you want to accept that madness for the Son of God. Right? Read on.
Carry neither purse, nor scrip,
Read.
nor shoes,
Read.
and salute no man by the way.
So you hear what God said? Don't worry about these things. Nobody need a new shoes to go and preach. Nobody need a new garment to go and preach. And when you're going out to preach, when he says salute no man, don't stop and idle with nobody out there. Go do the mission. Read.
And into whatsoever house ye enter, first say, peace be to this house.
So you see that? So some people will invite you in their house, in their store, in their business place. When they invite you in, bless it. Bless it. Read on.
And if the Son of Peace be there, your peace shall rest upon it.
Read.
If not, it shall turn to you again.
So if they disrespect and violate, you take back your peace. Take back your blessing. Read on.
And in the same house remain, eating and drinking such things as they give.
Mhm.
For the laborer is worthy of his hire.
So you see this? The Most High said, if they offer you water, drink it. If they offer you food, eat it. Because the Most High said, all those that labor among you is worthy for what? We all are worthy. That's why we know we will never get a full pay for what we're doing now. But in the kingdom to come, we're going to live like priests, kings, and judges. Because the Most High said, the workman is what? Worthy of his pay. In every aspect that we do. Miami, Tibet. Tibet 4 verse 7.
Tobit chapter 4, verse 7.
Speak of
Tobit 4, verse 7.
read.
Give alms of thy substance.
What the Bible said?
Give alms of thy substance.
So now Tibet telling us to do what? So whatever substance we have, we should give alms from it. And as I say, alms don't mean money only. If you have some orange, whatever you have, contribute. Right? Read on.
And when thou givest alms, let not thine eyes be envious.
So don't give alms to expect to get back something. Do you see that? You don't give alms and say, oh, I'm giving alms for a whole year and hell will never give me a bottle of hand sanitizer. Don't give alms to get back something. Read on.
Neither turn thy face from any poor.
So when you see the poor amongst the congregation, not because you say, oh, I give alms, let it be like that. The Most High said, don't turn your face from any poor amongst your people. Do you understand? Right? Read on.
And the face of God shall not be turned away from thee.
So you see, when you do what you're supposed to do, the Bible said the face of YAHAWAH will always turn to you, but not turn away from you. That's why the Bible says, who that give it to the poor, lend it to the Most High. Do you see that? Right? Read on.
If thou hast abundance, give alms accordingly.
So you see that? If you have abundance, the Most High say give what?
Give alms accordingly.
So if don't have 1 million CDs and come here and pay 50 CDs every month. What the Most High is saying, if you have abundance, you give every time you come to the ministry. And don't be envious and don't say, I did this, I did that. Because who is preserving that abundance for you? Who is preserving that abundance? Okay. So you give accordingly. But you have some people who never give and have not given nothing. But they expect to be blessed. These are the people who are going here, they're going to say they don't have money for the rest of their life. And Yahweh shall even tell you to do what? Pray for them that spitefully use you. Who did he tell that to? The disciples. Because no people were spitefully using them. Just like Yahweh shall tell them, a lot of you follow me for what? Your belly. You follow me because that's what you can get to eat. Because you know I'm a wine baby, I'm a gluttonous, I'm going to eat. So you follow me for as soon as I'm eating, you dare eating. A lot of black people is like that. Go to the bar now and start to buy drinks. Say, I'm buying a free round. I see how much people you see there. And just stand up and look if one of them will buy your rounds. And I'm saying this out of experience. I see many people come here and never buy a bag of such a water. They come, they eat, they drink. But they will not buy a bag of water for somebody else to drink from. What kind of life is that? I'm in the school in Babylon. I see this brother, this week he'll come with a carton and towel. Next week he'll come with toilet paper. Next week is a case of water. It might be they go to BJ's, they come with a whole thing of, you need to go and see our brothers and sisters live overseas. And then you'll imagine yourself if we're here. Then you'll imagine and you will see what a nation building and how we going forward as a nation. And see who is back of the line. Brothers and sisters pay their tithes in Babylon. Banyami and Raka, they are the treasurer. They don't have to buy no hand tool or toilet paper or water. Because Saturday when everybody going, everybody bringing something. Because that's the house of the Lord. And where do they get that from? Together was doing it. Together he was the only one out of all his father was going to Jerusalem. When he go, he give alms. So I guarantee you one of you go to Zion without alms. Go. Read.
If thou have but a little, be not afraid to give according.
So even if you have a little, if you have 10 CDs, what the Most High said, don't be afraid to give what? A little. If you have it in abundance, you give abundance. If you have it little, you give a little. But what the Most High said, don't just come and don't give nothing at all. Don't listen to the word online and don't give nothing at all. You watch all the videos, you watch all the traveling, you see everything, and the only thing you have to say, good video. The Most High said, no, if you have abundant, give abundant. If you have little, give a little, give something. Right? Read on.
For thou layest up a good treasure for thyself against the day of necessity.
So you see that when you contribute towards the program of the Most High say you laid up what? A good treasure for yourself. And that's why I say, you see this earth? That's why the scripture tells in the book of Ecclesiastes, cast thy bread upon the water, you'll find it in many days. This, what we call cosmos. Right? Because we're in the middle of space. It's like a bank account. Whatever you put in this earth, guess what the earth gonna do? They're gonna give it back. And the white man says road, right? That's what he said. So everything go around in a circle. So whatever good you do today, if it's not you, it's your children. If it's not your children, it's your grandchildren. But somebody can benefit from that. So whatever you put into this earth, this universe, it might give it back to you. Just keep that in mind. And that's why I deal with people I deal with, because I have children. I have 2 children. I have kids. As the white man said, I have children. So I deal with other people's children accordingly. And whatever school my children are going today, whether it be YAHAWAH's camp in North Carolina, or I think the mother might be in New York with them, she might just drop them off and leave them. She's not staying. Any school, any region she had today, she might drop off my children at the school, and she will tell either Zaquan or Ben or Barack, text me when you've almost finished. And my boys are going to be there in those church all week. No parent supervision, nobody. And then when be in line, they want to be in order. And if my son said, ask you, what do you learn? They want to tell me who teach and who teach long, but what you learn. They want to tell me. Those are my children. And those are my brothers and their congregations. Read.
Verse 10. Because that hands do deliver from death.
What the Bible says hands do?
Deliver from death.
Read.
And suffer not to come into darkness.
Look at that. Because everything come back to arms become a sign to the Most High. It's a defense. That's what the book tells them Proverbs. Right? In Ecclesiastes 7. It's a defense. So what, read verse 10 again?
Because that hands do deliver from death and
Read.
suffer not to come into darkness.
Read verse 11.
For alms is a good gift unto all that give it in the sight of the Most High.
Look at this. Read verse 11 again.
For alms is a good gift unto all that give it in the sight of the Most High.
Not done that. Jump to Tobit, man, 14, verse 1 and 2. Tobit 14, verse 1 and 2. So you see that the Most High said alms is a good gift. Who give it in the sight of who? The Most High. And He going to protect you from death. And He going to protect you from all hardship. Only when you contribute towards what? The mission of the Most High. Right? 14 verse 1.
And Tobit 14 verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
So Tobit made an end of praising God,
Mm-hmm.
and he was 8 and 50 years old.
How old was Tobit?
8 and 50 years
How
old.
old was Tobit?
8 years
He
old.
was 58. So he was older than you, Deacon. So in about 1966. Okay, Zaman? 65? Oh, I get it wrong. I just want to say 66. Why you have to correct it? Alright? So you and him would be same age, right, ma'am? Okay. Alright, we done?
And 50 years old when he lost his sight. Lost his sight.
So, and 58 you can see, right? Tobit was doing all this and couldn't see. Remember my wife bring home the damn goat? You have to tell the woman, go give back that man who gave you this goat. He couldn't see. And as soon as he get blind, here comes the black woman bringing home a damn goat. Tobit said, Musa, I don't believe her. I don't believe her. Right? Real?
Which was restored to him after 8 years.
So he was blind for 8 years. So when he was 50, he lose his sight. When he become 58, he get back his sight. Just imagine that. You see what prayer do? You get blind now, the pastor might tell you somebody work witchcraft on you, right? And it's just the Most High humbling you to show you certain things. And although Tobit was being this humble, he was still doing everything that he could possibly do. And all of a sudden one day, boom! That was the goat. You can see. Real?
And he gave alms, and he increased in the fear of the Lord God, and praised him.
So when he eye opened, what did he do?
Increased his alms.
He gave his arm and he increased. And everything what he never stopped. Real?
And when he was very aged, he called his son and the sixth son of his son, and said to him, My son, take thy children, for behold, I am aged, and am ready to depart out of this life.
See? So that is something we embrace. We're not scared of it, we embrace it. So this is in blessing his children and his grandchildren and telling them his experience. And that's why we can read the book of Tobit today. Huh? Because what country was Tobit, man? Where was he? Where's Nineveh? He was in where? Iraq. Northern Iraq. And he write this epistle in Iraq. And you see, no matter where you are, the word of God will stand. Everything is put together. And we're reading his message now. So you see what the importance of alms is? Get me 1 Timothy 5:18, Zaman. And two more scripture and I'm finished.
First Timothy chapter 5, verse number 18. For the scripture said,
So what said?
For the scripture said,
Read on.
Thou shalt not muzzle the ox that treadeth out the corn.
So what the Most High meant when he said, don't muzzle the ox that treaded out the corn. Read.
And the laborer is worthy of his reward.
So the Most High said, if the ox is muzzle the corn, what is a muzzle? Mayan, what is a muzzle? Mayan, muzzle. Something you put on the dog mouth for him not to bite, right? So the Most High said, don't muzzle the ox that treaded the corn. Make him eat some. So if you want to use the ox to weed everything here, and he cannot eat some of the maize, you're wicked. And read on what the Most High say after that.
Against an elder receive
Read
not.
now, go back 18.
For the First Timothy chapter 5, verse number 18. For the scripture says, Thou shalt not muzzle the ox that treadeth out the corn, and the laborer is worthy of his reward.
So even the labor that behind the house, the Most High said when he finished him. Just like who's laboring in this truth today, the Most High said, alms is a benefit to help them in the ministry, but the Most High in fact going to do what? Pay them also. So that's why when we're doing the radio program, we have to pay for it. Brothers travel, we have to pay for it. We need new plaques, we have to pay for it. Read on.
Against an elder receive not an accusation.
And a lot of people do that. But we know better than that. Right? Read on. That's it. Isaiah. Acts 24:17. Isaiah 6. Sister Joanna. Acts 24:17. I forgot he was in the year by now. Acts 24:17. I can't hear you. Go.
Now, after many years, I came to bring alms to my nation and offerings.
What did Paul just say?
Now, after many years, I came to bring alms to my nation.
No, a church. No, the Pentecost. The Anglican. Read. Read verse 17 again.
Now, after many years, I came to bring alms to my nation
Read.
and offerings.
Look at that. So did Paul stop to do what he's supposed to do? Paul said after many years on the street and the road, opening teaching, he come back to give what? Read on.
When upon certain Jews from Asia found me purified in the temple, neither with multitude nor with women.
So he said when he come back to do it, he go back where? In the temple to do what? To purify.
Right.
So do you see you cannot purify the house, deacon?
Yes.
No matter what going on in the earth, you cannot do the articles of God in the house. And the Most High said you're going to do his will where he put his name. And throughout her traveling, remember if YAHAWAH went into Capernaum, he went to the temple was right there at the seaside of Peter's house, right? Because wherever the Most High dwell, he put his name somewhere. And when he called for holy convocation, that's when he called it at, not the house. So Paul came, the Jews want to kill him. Because when they read further down, the Jews say, if Paul don't die, we will not eat. The Jews, they were fasting. They said they will never eat until Paul be put to death. Because Paul bring the foreign Israelites in the temple. He brings some from the 10 tribe in the temple. So keep in mind, when the temple was building, was Nehemiah, Esdras, the 10 tribe wasn't there to help. So the Judites then said, they said, we don't want these people in the temple. So they said, we will not eat until Paul is put to death. And Paul went to give alms, and he brings some of the Gentile and back to give alms. Have a seat. Isaiah, Sarah. 3:30.
Sirach chapter 3, verse 30. Water will quench the flaming fire.
What the Bible said?
Water will quench the flaming fire.
So what will quench a fire?
Water.
And alms maketh an atonement for sins.
What make you atonement for sin?
Alms.
Because you have to go buy that lambs, right? Read on.
And he that requireth good turns is mindful of that which may come hereafter.
Read.
And when he falleth, he shall find his state.
Turn to Sirach 7:10.
Sirach chapter 7, verse 10. Be not faint-hearted when thou makest thy prayer,
Read.
and neglect not to give alms.
Read that from the top again.
Sirach chapter 7, verse 10. Be not faint-hearted when thou makest thy prayer.
So when you go pray, don't make whatever come out your mouth come out. Somebody calling you to pray, right, man? You don't have to give an excuse, your head not tied, or somebody else. You don't be shy when you're praying. Just make whatever come out. Right, Awar? Read on.
And neglect not to give alms.
And don't neglect, don't ever not neglect to give alms. Because that's why a lot of us not further than we're supposed to be. Read.
Laugh no man to scorn in the bitterness of his soul.
So if you see somebody angry, like you see somebody telling you they fought about 1966, the Musa said don't laugh them to scorn in the bitterness. Do you understand? Because the fact of the matter is, if they say their father man 66 and their father no man 66, that's somebody else their father. So maybe it's Shadrach, maybe it's Meshach, maybe it's Abednego. So you don't allow that person to scam. Like next week is an exam. So if you see the question come and say, what river was Moses on? And you see somebody say it was on the Dead Sea, you don't allow that person to scam. Right? If you hear that baby Moses was on the Euphrates, you don't allow that person to scam. Read that again for me, Sister Angela.
Sirach chapter 7, verse 11. Laugh no man to scorn in the bitterness of his soul.
In the bitterness of what?
Of his soul.
Okay. The female R's name. Sister Joanna, stand for me. You all know Elder always win, right? What was female R's name? You don't know. Pick somebody you think know. Who? Which one of them? I don't know. I want to be smart if I die today. Pick somebody you think no. We're waiting. Zawan. Stand. You will not get the same question. So Zawan, my question is, what happened? Do you know? Female eyes, what is it? Male. Well done. Put the question to somebody else. Zamar, stand. A female goat. A punchy. Did you tell me that goat was the favorite meat? I remember one time you told me that you love goat. Yes, you. They tell me you love goat soup. Or okra and goat. They tell me something about food. You don't eat goat at home? It was a home. She was here at the school and she said she was going to buy goat. It was a Sunday. I think I bring goat to you in town. Goat to you I bring in town. Goat. It was goat. Okay. So what's a female goat? Ask for help. tell the deacon name will never mention anything. There's many hopes here. A fan check. Sister Maya. She good. Then I think you call YAHAWAH Jeffrey, right? That's what you called him, but it was the wrong name. Okay. Ask for help. And I'm going to prove to you he's a liar. I'm going to tell you he's a liar. Okay, ask. The Bible said not no one to stand. Female good.
You. E-W-E.
Let. That's a couple. That's a name too, but the original name is called. Ask for help. Deacon, female good. Mayana.
I'm going with the she-goat.
Say what?
Let me call Shaman.
Say what? Axel. That's a cup. Awar. Female good.
I don't remember him.
Shaman.
Shaman.
Hey, let's say
Nikita. All right, everybody ever see it. It's nanny good. That's why I know he was like. That's what they say in Jamaica, nanny. Yes. That's a nanny. Am I lying?
but it's a very rare name.
But it's a nanny. And the male is a buck or a ram.
A ram, yeah, the buck.
The male is a buck or a ram. The female is a nanny goat. All right, read verse 12 again.
Verse 11. Laugh no man to scorn in the bitterness of his soul.
What the Bible said not to do?
Laugh no man to scorn in the bitterness of his soul.
Read.
For there is one which humbleth and exalteth.
What verse here? 7 and 11, right? Read on.
Devise not a lie against thy brother
Read.
to thy praise.
So you cannot just go around and make up lie against your own people. Read on.
Use not to make any manner of lie, for the custom thereof is not good.
So when you start to tell one lie, you will never stop. So that custom is what? Is not a good custom. And you don't want nobody to say you lie like your father. How much time have we heard that in Jamaica? Either you thief like your father or you lie like your father. Right? Read on.
Use not many words in a multitude of elders.
So when you're amongst leadership, elders, keep their emotion. And we're going to laugh at this time because you don't know much. Okay? Would you agree? Someone stand. When I ask if you agree, you never answer. How many years did Magavi spend in prison? This is African history. Shaman. Which one it is, sir? Is it 10? Is it 20? Is it 25? Is it 30?
Elder, give us option.
Give me option.
Yes.
He was teaching in Takrady in 1958. You see? That's why the Bible says, when you go amongst elders, that's why I say amongst ourselves. Somebody will just say a quotation, we know exactly where it stands. All that you have to do will pick up as long as you have patience. And patience is the key. Right? Read on.
Use not many words in a multitude of elders.
Read.
And make not much public when thou prayest.
So when you pray, don't keep repeating yourself. Like these Christians do. If you pray, go, ah. Just say what the few words you have to say. You understand me? Some people will bring their clap, they start to stamp their feet. Hey, you know you're not praying, it's that prayer is for Satan, so stop it. Right? So the Most High said you're praying. Don't come with what? The babblings. Right? Read on.
Hate not labor's work.
What the Bible said?
Hate not labor's work.
So you remember 2 weeks ago I said everybody don't work no more? Don't hate. Don't say no work is hard. Right? So as a man, you should be one easy work. And as a woman, hard work is a challenge. So don't hate laborers' work. And remember, our ancestors built permit. Even until this day, the white man don't know them, and the white man tell an angel come to make them. Keep that in mind. There's permit all over the world. Does that understand? What country have the most permit? Permit. Permit. You can tell me there was a scholar, so why should I tell you that?
Isabella.
The permit in Egypt?
Pyramid.
Yes. What country have the most? Lahash. Where? You said Israel.
Yes, that's what she said.
I show you. Mayana, keep quiet. And sit straight. Lahash.
What comes out the pyramids?
Most.
Sudan.
Well done. Every man over the Sudan have the most. So you cannot name no country in Europe with any infrastructure like that. Can? Okay, that's not. What's the country? What country have the oldest permit? Oldest. The oldest one in Egypt. That's what the white man said. What country have the oldest? The old gave the one in Egypt permit. Someone? Sudan. No. Anybody? It's in Asia, it's Tibet.
What?
Tibet.
It's in what country?
Asia.
Is that called Tibet?
Yes.
What's up with that?
Right? They say they have the oldest one. So all these countries you'll understand. Black people, only country where black people have these stuff there. Even in what? Scotland with the stones and all they set up, nobody can know how those stones is there like that. You understand me? We don't know crane or anything to lift them. So wherever we are, so we know what laborers' work is. How we build this earth. So that's why I know the Most High said, don't be afraid of what? Laborers' work. Everybody should want to be working easy like my hand. Babysitting things and that's it. Right? Read on Isaiah.
Hate not labor's work, neither husbandry, which the Most High hath ordained.
So you see, husbandry. What is husbandry? Keeping animals. Who are they that?
Most High.
Who are they that?
Most High.
So where's your goats? Where's your chicken? First thing, you cannot have them if you don't know what they mean. So you see, so Most High said, don't forsake husbandry. Because who are they that? Because when you have the enemy start to feed you, what the enemy going to do with the food? They control you by every means necessary. So the Most High said we must love husbandry because it was ordained by who? The Most High. Read on.
Number not thyself among the multitude of sinners.
Read.
But remember that wrath will not tarry long.
So when you see people out there being wicked, the Bible says you should not go join them. And you must remember that you might not see the judgment yet, but it will be long. Right? Read on.
Humble thy soul greatly, for the vengeance of the ungodly is fire and worms.
So in hell and worms. That's where the souls of all ungodly people will be. Read.
Change not a friend for any good by no means, neither a faithful brother for the gold of offering.
So some of you will switch when they get money. They get rich today, you don't have the same friends you have anymore. So the Most High said, don't compare our friends with evil what? Gold. From where? Useless. Read.
Forgo not a wise and good woman.
For what?
Forgo not a wise and good woman, for her grace is above gold.
So don't mistreat a wise and a good woman or what? Because the Bible says you cannot find no gold to replace her. So even if she don't know Numbers 14 verse 1, she will be okay. Don't have patience. Okay, sir? All right. Read on.
Whereas thy servant worketh evil, and treats him not evil, for a hireling that bestoweth himself wholly for
So
thee.
if you have somebody working for you, the Most High said, don't treat him evil. There's certain people that cannot treat evil, like somebody fatherless, a widow. We lose all these principles, man. You understand me? Because Ghana is the first place I come and see people working and call people master. You used to call people master, too, right, Deacon?
Yeah.
So look, listen, tell them not to call it that. I'm not calling nobody master. My children will never call nobody master. My children can call me master. Our captain, I'm the captain of that ship. But it's not good for you to treat people like that. You understand me? I hear you going for somebody to teach you, you're going to clean them house and all these stuff. Foolishness. Right? Two more and we finish up.
Let thy soul love a good servant.
What the Bible said?
Let thy soul love a good servant.
Read on.
And defraud him not of liberty.
So look at this. So the Most High said, let your soul love a good servant. And don't defraud him of what? Freedom. So somebody working for you, that person you can trust, love him like your own children. And any day come that he say, I'm ready to go. Bless him and tell him to go. And there's a scripture that says you should even give him money for him to go. So the day when I'm ready to move on, and I'm going to Togo to establish, y'all have to pay me. Unless I'm not a good servant. Either way, I need pay. Right, man? I need pay. Read on.
As thou cattle, have an eye to them, and if they be for thy profit, keep them with thee.
So if you have cow, the Most High say have an eye to them, meaning take care of them. And if the cow giving you milk and money, the Most High say what you must do?
Keep them with thee.
Keep them well. Watch them. Because that's what a lot of you don't want to go into farming. And farming is the only thing can generate money. Freely. Because when you feed animals, do you buy the grass to feed them? Only thing you need is patience. Right? Read on.
As thou children, instruct them.
So you see that? If you have children, what should you do with these? Let the devils growing them out? Because the Bible tells us, these are even John the Baptist asked a question. What was John the Baptist's word? What warn you vipers to flee the wrath to come? What is a viper? A damn snake. So you see, when you have these, the Bible tells you, menstruous woman shall have what? Shall have what? Menstruous woman should have what? Nobody knows. Monsters. In Ezra, it tells you that menstruous woman shall have monsters. So the Bible said, when you have these little monsters come now, or these little vipers, what the Most High say you should do?
Instruct them.
Read on.
And bow down their neck from their youth.
So now you're going to break them how you want them from when? So that's why the best example in life is to take the children from the mother. Today, society, the black woman is the worst enemy to a black child. Because the black woman don't know how to do what? Break their neck from their young. Read on.
As thou daughters,
Mm-hmm.
have a care of their body.
Have a what?
A care of their body.
Read.
And shew not thyself cheerful toward them.
So you see that? So you have to teach a child about herself. Because a lot of you grow up, you just learn as you go. But that's where the father and the mother job come in terms of how to direct the daughter. This is breast, this is pubic area, this is ear, this is pubic area, this is ear and your hand. You have to let them know if somebody else is going to teach you. Right? And a little snake out there just waiting to teach you. Can? Alright, last one.
Marry thy daughter, and so thou shalt have performed a little matter.
Real?
But give her to a man of understanding.
Look at this. The Most High say you must marry your daughter. And when you marry your daughter, what you will take away from you? Stress. Okay, if you don't marry her, she's going to have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 boyfriends over. And that's something that you're going to have to live with. But the Most High said when they give your daughter to somebody, don't give him to eat no food. Give him to somebody with what? Understanding. And nobody will ever sleep with my daughter that can provide for her. You're not going to sleep with my daughter and you cannot take care of her. That will never happen. That will never be. So that's why you marry your daughter, you give your daughter to a man, not a boy or a child. You get this girlfriend, boyfriend situation. All this is madness. It's no boyfriend, it's your husband. It's your wife. Can? Read on.
As thou a wife after thy mind,
Read.
forsake her not, but give not thyself over to a light woman.
So you see, if you have a wife of your mind, the Bible says you should not forsake that wife. But the Bible also says as a man, you don't give over yourself to a light, a foolish woman. Somebody light have no foundation. Right? 27.
Honor thy father with thy whole heart.
And a lot of you black people in Africa don't do that. A lot of people in Africa don't know what this is. Because you grow with your mother so long, that's who you're on. And your mother is a light woman. Simple as that. A child will run to the mother before he run to the father. So I thank the day the Most High brought my father. I was never a mama boy. So read verse 27 again.
Honor thy father with thy whole heart.
Read.
And forget not the sorrows of thy mother.
Read.
Remember that thou wast begotten of them.
Read.
And how canst thou recompense them the things that they have done for thee?
So nobody can ever pay their parents back. Regardless what you say about your mother and your father, you can never pay them back. Because what is sperms? Yeah, it's blood, but what the sperms become? Huh? Something else. Do you know the placenta is all sperms? This placenta. That's what farm life. That's why people eat it. And they say when they eat it, they become younger. So that placenta that you see in an animal or the woman, what the baby live in, all that is sperms. Do you understand? So you don't know a woman cannot procreate without man. But in society today tell you that the woman is important and the man is nothing. But not one soul on this earth can be nothing without a man. A man is everything. Because just imagine, I hear people talking about it. On an island, you have 1 man and 5 women. Within a week, That one man go and get that 5 women pregnant. But look at the other way around. You have 5 men and 1 woman. 10 months time, how many people still on the island? 6. And the woman only can produce what? 1. She have to wait a whole year for us to be ready again. While the man don't need a break. Do you see that? So the credit, that's why the Bible says, honor your who? Your father with your whole heart. Because that's why when you read Isaiah 13, the Most High said, he's going to make a man more fine than the gold of where? You first. A man going to be fine again. But no, who desired the man? Nobody desired the man. You understand me? But the Most High said, with what he have planned, everything will be great again. Can? Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.